for joining us for another episode of The Dogs Are Winning. Being that today is Monday, it's dedicated to the angels, as we all well know. We will be having Annie announce the new arrivals at the Rainbow Bridge. Toby will be announcing the Angelversaries. And of course, Miss Reese will be mentioning the heavenly birthdays, because I don't know if you guys know this, but when Reese was here with us, anytime we'd sing the happy birthday song, she was all about it. She would join right in. And I'm going to see if I can add a video at the end of this one of her when we were singing and her singing along. So anytime she'd hear the song, she'd stop whatever she was doing and come and sing the song with us. So it makes sense that she would be the one announcing the heavenly birthdays. And she's no doubt singing to the heavenly birthday recipients this week. Anyhow, and then I will share a couple of angel stories and we will wrap up today's episode. So we hope you enjoy it and sit back and enjoy our fun video today. Thank you. Here are the recent angel arrivals at the Rainbow Bridge reported to us by our angel, Annie. It looks like another angel, Annie, has also arrived at the Rainbow Bridge. She actually got there before our Annie did on June 9th. And it looks like this beautiful girl, Annie, was greeted at the Rainbow Bridge by Bella. Next, we have Meredith, who went to the Rainbow Bridge on July 17th. So she actually went the same day that our sweet girl, Annie, went. And Meredith was greeted at the Rainbow Bridge by her predecessor, Harriet. Also making their journey to the Rainbow Bridge that very same day was Murphy. So, boy, they had a lot of special arrivals that day, didn't they? And it looks like Murphy arrived and was greeted by Franny. Then we have sweet Sammy, and Sammy arrived at the Rainbow Bridge on August 3rd. On August 18th, Leafy arrived at the Rainbow Bridge and was greeted by Poppy and Jetta. And then we have sweet Sophie, who arrived at the Rainbow Bridge on August 28th and was greeted by Joey and Jack. Now it's time to hear all about the special souls at the Rainbow Bridge that are being celebrated for their heavenly birthdays.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Now Toby is reporting from the Rainbow Bridge with Angelversary announcements. Again, folks, these announcements are for angels that have earned their wings and are celebrating their Angelversary. So whatever date they earned their wings here on Earth is their Angelversary. So if it says, September 1st, it means that precious pet on September 1st earned their wings. And it could be, 2 years ago or 20 years ago. Angelversaries are always special every year. So take it away, Toby. Sarah is celebrating her Angelversary on September 1st. Ernie is celebrating an Angelversary on September 15th. Plum is celebrating her Angelversary on September 18th. Lizzie is celebrating her Angelversary on September 19th. Bella is celebrating her Angelversary on September 22nd. Izzy will also be joining her that day, celebrating her Angelversary on September 22nd. And lastly, Aspen will be celebrating her Angelversary on September 26th. We have come to the place in our episode where we talk about signs. And Annie has certainly continued to give me lots of signs, but I would love to hear about signs that you all are receiving from your beloved pets and loved ones. They don't just have to be your pets that are sending them. If you've lost family members or friends that send signs, I'd love to hear about it. Anyhow, again, signs can be anything. They can be a number sequence, they can be feathers, they can be rainbows, they can be butterflies, dragonflies, coins. I mean, you name it. Sometimes a specific song. So what I'm going to tell you today in the signs section of our episode is I'm going to talk about two different signs that I received over the years. So some of you may not know Levi. He was our first dog. He was a Rhodesian Ridgeback and just a sweet dog. I mean, he was really an exceptional dog for that particular breed. I love Ridgebacks, but they're not Labs. They have their own agenda. But Levi, he was really a good citizen. A lot of people fell in love with him, and I told them he's not necessarily the easiest breed to have. But they are fantastic. Anyhow, when we had Levi, we also had Reese and Toby. And so the three of them would hang out together all the time. I would leave them over at my friend Sue's house many times when I was at work. And then a lot of times we would all vacation together down in Westcliff. And the three dogs would go. I would put all three dogs. I would usually get them out of her dog pen and then put them into my car. And then we'd head down to Westcliff if they were there while I was getting packed and stuff like that. Otherwise, they were in the house with us. And it was going to be our first time going to Westcliff since Levi's passing. And it was really hard. I was just having a hard time, because I was just so used to having the three of them and loading them all up and everything like that. And so I had the dogs out in the pen while we were packing everything. And I went to go get them, and I just started crying, just crying. And as I went to go grab Reese and Toby to put them in the car, in the dog pen, on the other side of it, I just saw this glint. It was just something obviously shiny that the sun had hit, okay? So I look over there and I'm like, what is that? And as I got closer, it was just something that was buried in the dirt in the dog pen. And when I pulled it out, when I uncovered it and pulled it out, wasn't it Levi's dog tag from his collar? And we had been missing this for years. I just went and got him a new one, but wasn't it that? And it was just such an affirmation for me that he was indeed coming along on our trip to Westcliff. So I thought maybe that you guys would enjoy that story, but I thought it was very sweet. My next story includes two different little parts and centers around Jessie. For those of you that know Jessie's story, you know that I absolutely am positive that she is not Toby reincarnated, but that Toby sent her to us. And it's without a doubt. I mean, there's so many things that I could tell you, but the first one was when we very first brought Jessie home. People kept asking, do you think it's Toby? And I'm like, no, but I know Toby sent her, and I know that Toby is her guardian angel. And I know that Toby is helping her to help us. In any event, here's this tiny little puppy. And I was asleep, but I heard her out in the living room with Eric one morning, going through the toy box, kind of rummaging around out there. And Eric came and got me, and he said, you need to come see this. And I said, okay. And he said, she rummaged around trying to find the perfect toy that she wanted. He goes, and she sat there and she really rummaged through the toy box for a good, few minutes until she found this bandana that was embroidered with Toby's name on it. And she promptly fell asleep with that. So I loved that. That was such, a hello from Toby. And yes, you're right on with what you're thinking. Another thing that she did when she was a little bit older, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 months old, somebody, our friend Michelle, had made us this beautiful pillow. It's a memorial pillow when Toby had passed, and sent it to us, and it's beautiful, and it has Toby's, it has a beautiful quote on it, but then it says Toby and then has her date of birth and then the date she got her angel wings. And this was like tucked back behind a couch, like with a bunch of stuff, a bunch of blankets and stuff like that I was waiting to put back out. And somehow Jessie had found it, and she kept following me around, and I didn't realize what she had. I could just tell that she had something in her mouth. And finally I turned around and I looked, and she dropped it and just looked at me like, look what I have. I have Toby's memorial pillow. So again, with the signs. So she's definitely our little angel straight from Toby. What a gift. Again, if you have an angel story that you would like me to share, whether it's signs that you've received or a special angel story, we'd love to hear it. You can email me at Erin, ERIN, at 3, spelled out, THREE, scoopsofvanilla.com, and just put in the subject line, angel story, and I'd be happy to share it. I'll tell the story as you tell it to me. If you would like me to edit the names or whatever, that's fine too. I have no problem with that. But people love sharing their angel stories and hearing them. So I'd be happy to share your story if you have one. And if you would like your angels included in one of our upcoming episodes, that is, again, featured on Mondays, are the angel episodes. Shortly before that, usually on the weekend, on our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/3scoopsofvanilla. On that page, I usually put this particular photo, and it's just saying that at that point I'm accepting angel photos. So again, I will accept photos of recently arrived angels. So if your pet recently earned their wings, Annie would announce that in the future episode. And Angelversaries, that can be any year, but the Angelversary would have to be this month. I'm trying to keep it around the time that I'm doing the episodes, so September. And then heavenly birthdays. Try to keep those in September as well. But feel free to add your photo under the comments when I put this on my Facebook page, so that your photo and angel story about your angel will be announced in a future episode. Also, I just wanted to share this cool thing with you guys today. Isn't this neat? It's a copper disc. It's hard to see, but I was trying to see if my engraver would work on this particular metal, and it did. So I have Annie with the infinity sign on one side, and of course I have the 3 scoops of vanilla, my OGs, Reese, Toby, and Annie, over the word love on the other side. But I'm still trying to figure out what to do with this. So if you have an idea for me, drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think I should do with these and how to offer them up. Okay, thank you. I wanted to take a moment to talk about one of the most infamous pictures that I have taken that went viral on the internet. Several of you have seen this picture over the years, and it has been over the years, believe me, because in this photo, I believe Annie is maybe 2 years old. So let me talk to you a little bit about this photo. This was taken down in Westcliff at my friend Sue's house. The dogs actually did get on each of the stairs that I asked them to get on, and they laid down, which was incredible because this was an open staircase. So the stairs are huge, but the fact that you can see between the slats made it pretty impressive that they were able to do this. A lot of people thought I photoshopped this. At the time, I wasn't good at Photoshop. I am now, so now I could probably make it a lot easier than putting the dogs through what I made these guys go through. Anyhow, a little bit about this photo is from the top, Toby is our girl, and then Mary belonged to Sue. Right below Mary, the next yellow is Reese, and she's, of course, ours. Then Beethoven is the middle black dog. By the way, Beethoven, completely deaf, and was since he was a puppy. Sue adopted him as a 4-month-old from a Humane Society in Colorado Springs, and he was completely deaf at that time and had been returned 2 times. So he was an amazing dog, but the fact that he was deaf and able to do this speaks volumes about what a good boy he was. Below him, of course, is Annie, and again, I believe this is her 2nd birthday that we were down there celebrating. And then below her was Cowboy. He was a Great Dane Lab cross, and this is a dog. There was no way we could get him on the stairs, number 1, because he was too big, but number 2, also he had a seizure disorder really bad. So you never knew when one was going to strike. So there was no way we were going to be putting him on the stairs. And let's see, I believe it was actually Cowboy that went to the bridge first, and then Beethoven, and then Mary, and then Toby, and then Reese, and just recently, last month, July 17th, Annie. So all of these beautiful souls now reside at the Rainbow Bridge, but I thought it would be a little bit fun to pay a tribute to basically this photo that was taken all those years ago. I think I uploaded it in 2011. So yeah, and the way that, what's funny too, is if you look at my dogs, you can see right where I'm standing, with the camera. And then if you look at Sue's dogs, you'll know that she's to the right of me because they're all looking at her. And it was peanut butter, yogurt. It was the ones we make all the time, right? So I believe it's peanut butter, yogurt, blueberries, and banana frozen treats that got these guys to do this for me. Now, yeah, I mean, you have to expect a pretty high-value treat for pulling off a stunt like this, right? My only regret is that I didn't videotape it, because it would have been fun for you guys to watch what we went through. Because the other challenging part was to make everybody stay. Then when I was done with the pictures, we had to peel them off of the stairs one by one. You couldn't just do the okay, which is the release command after a photo, because it would have been total chaos and somebody would have been hurt. So yeah, getting them to all still stay and come down one at a time was quite the ordeal as well. But I just wanted to share this photo with you and the story behind it, and to know that all of these beautiful, beautiful souls in it are now angels as of last month. Okay, thanks.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Reese. Happy birthday to you. Yay! Good job, Reese.